Okay, so today I figured I'd let you guys in on a treat. And most of you guys end up laughing before the end of this video. It's totally understandable. If the rest of you don't end up laughing by the end of this video, you might have a serious medical disorder. Humor impairment disorder. Millions upon millions of Americans suffer from HID every year. But that will be a topic for a different video. Today's video, I figured I would discuss some of the weird dreams I've had, specifically related to being gender dysphoric, or transgendered, gender different, gender queer, gender flux, gender whatever, gender bender. But wait, there's more gender words we can use. But that's irrelevant to the actual story. Or two stories if I have enough time. Okay, so my first one, and I'm sure it's one you could all kind of relate to a little bit, because we've all had a dream where we wake up and we think we're awake, but it's really just still a dream, and we don't realize it because we think we just woke up. So, I had just woken up, and I went to go use the bathroom, and I had realized that my genitalia had disappeared. It was gone. Just gone. Period. So, I get done, I wash my hands, and I go over to my dresser, and I decide that I should celebrate. So I'm trying to go through, and every so often I'm looking down at how well the underwear fits now and everything, and I'm trying to find a really cute pair of pants, ones that will really fit me well, since I no longer have, what I previously did have. And eventually I find a pair of pants, and I put them on, and then of course I'm looking, and I'm looking, and I'm like, yeah, these fit me really well. And then I hear something like, like a bump, or a scrape, or something, like somewhere else in the room. Like the sound a cat makes when it bumps into something, or if you have a pet of any sort and it makes a sound. And I'm looking around and I'm not seeing anything. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm just being paranoid. That's not unheard of for me to be paranoid. So I decide to start walking towards the kitchen. And I'm walking, and I make it halfway there, and I hear the sound like something bumped into a box or something. And once again, it's one of those things where I'm looking around and I don't see anything. So I get into the kitchen and I pour me, some cereal and some milk, because I decided I'm gonna have some breakfast. And then I hear something scurrying, it's just you guys know the sound. And I'm looking, and so I hurry up and I come out of the kitchen, and I'm looking around into the living room, and I don't see anything. So I go back into the kitchen, and there it is. And it's standing on its testicles, and it's just kind of walking on them, and it's arched up, and it's kind of making all these weird sounds. So I stop, because I'm freaking out. Because this is just really weird. So I turn around and I run. And you know how a woman gets when they see a spider or a rodent and they're acting all frantic and screaming and everything? That was me. So sure enough, my genitalia is chasing me around the house, and it's scurrying on its testicles, just moving at lightning quick speeds. And I'm hopping over furniture, and I'm throwing anything I can at it. And then I double back, and I get to, the broom closet, and I grab a broom. And I'm just trying to shoo, go away, you nasty thing, go. And then it lunges up, and it hops up off his testicles, and actually flings itself towards me. And that's when I wake up. And I want to state that I realize that this dream is weird. I mean, I personally think it's a pretty screwed up dream, because I don't own a broom. Now, isn't it screwed up to dream about owning a broom you don't have? How weird is that? I know! You guys were thinking the exact same thing. Isn't that screwed up? Okay. So now that we got that one out of the way, which, by the way, when I woke up after having that dream, I was kind of like, whew, I still have it. It's still there. I still have it. It's still there. I still have it. It's still there. But anyway, so on to my next dream. And my next dream takes place inside the therapist's office. There's the therapist, and I'm laying down on the couch, and then there's 3 panels, and they all have podiums with red buzzards and everything, and they're well dressed. And the therapist is a woman, one of the panelists is a woman, and the other 2 are men. All looking professional like they're therapists. And there's a scoreboard with answer panels on it, or questions, and on the other side there's actually answers, kind of like Family Feud. So I'm going along, and she's asking me all these questions, and she's writing them down, taking notes, and she has this envelope, and it's filled with money. And if I answer all the questions right, I will get free SRS. That's right. I will have an all-expense-paid trip for my SRS, and get the SRS for free. I mean, for the love of whatever deity you worship, you can't get much better than that. So, yeah, I'm nervous, and I'm answering, and I'm nailing it all, you know, all of them. And then it comes down to that one final one. And the therapist asks me if I'm nervous, and, you know, I'm like, is that the final question? How do I answer this? Yes, I'm nervous. That's very understandable. And, you know, she reassures me and everything, and once again opens up the envelope, shows me the money and everything, and is like, okay, are you ready for your final question? Yes? Okay, your final question is, at what age, or at what point in your life, did you realize that you were not the gender that you were born as? And then, you know, there's a pre-recorded, ooh. And I say, I don't know exactly what age, but my early teens. Panelist shakes her head, and they actually flip over the actual panel, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, but the proper answer was your childhood, your early childhood. But I'm sorry. And then he started playing the, you know, the closing music, and it's like, but thank you for playing. You actually don't have gender dysphoria. But since you were such a good sport, here's a complimentary toaster. So, yeah. So, okay. So if you guys want to, like, make videos telling me about your weird dreams, or type them in,